Hey everybody, welcome back to another toy of the day here on CastorsCorner.com. I'm your host Khalil. We got more stuff, and I promise you that what we're going to talk about tonight were some dinosaurs. So you can check out a full gallery of these guys up on CastorsCorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Castors Corner on all social media. You can check out the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts. You can get one of our shirts on T Public, and yeah, just subscribe to the channel. We appreciate the more of you that subscribe. We get to do a lot of fun stuff, and I'll get to that later. You're here for the toys. So Target is taking the charge and making sure we get more Jurassic Park stuff. And so the newest exclusive from their selection in the Legacy line, I guess you'd call it, is the T-Rex. Okay, really cool figure, right? Has the opening mouth. I have another version of it. I think the one I have has a swinging tail as well, but the tail does move. It is articulated. The legs, there's not a lot of options for the legs. You know, it's this position or he just falls over, or she falls over, right? Because all dinosaurs in Jurassic Park are female, so she'll fall over, and but she stands pretty well in that position. You can't get her to roar up. It kind of clicks into that, like it's loose until you get there, but it has like this one position where it's meant to be. So you can move the legs if you want to. But you know, I don't know if you want her swimming around, you guess you could do it. But really they do click into place. And this is similar to the other T-Rexes they've released before. There is a button on the back of the head that opens it, so you get that good chomping action there to chomp at the lawyer. What's a little bit weird is the collar here. So you can see this collar right here around the neck. It definitely is necessary for articulation. I'm sure it's covering up a joint or whatever. It does look like she's wearing a collar, to be honest with you. And you can actually see it a lot better with all the lights and everything. How it looks a lot different than the rest of it. Looks like she's wearing like a neck brace. But still good. I like the expression on her face. Very matching to that. After watching the movies that made us Jurassic Park episode, it was really cool to see how the animatronic went to digital and how they created these dinosaurs. I think that was a really cool storyline to listen to. So you should go check that out on Netflix. The little arms are fully, they can go up and down. They can go in circles. Definitely can take her swimming if you want her to. She kind of dive through. But I think since we've gotten T-Rexes before, they've had the chomping action as well. I think the real winner here is that we get the Jurassic Park Jeep. Vehicles and playsets are always one of my favorite things about toys, because the action figures are great, but if you don't have some place to put them or things to interact with, they're not as much fun. So this Jeep is based on the Jeep from the first movie. And it's got the number 4 on the back. We know that they had 2 Jeeps in there, so the draw to buy 2 of these is definitely there. It's definitely a major part of my thinking, because you need one for the kids, you need one for Malcolm and Grant and Dr. Sattler. So it's a really hard call. It really is, because I kind of want to, but are they going to do another one with the other kid? I don't know. And they're going to number it differently. That's so many options. So I would consider this a little bit of a play set. There's a lot of features to it. It's a lot of fun, to be honest with you. And so in the film, of course, the T-Rex goes to smash in the window here, and you can have the T-Rex kind of pushing down on the glass. So this has it has a drop down. So it doesn't go completely down as a spring, it pops back up. But you can press it down and have the T-Rex's mouth and the kids in the back seat pushing up against it. It's a really cool feature. The trunk does not open, which is a little bit of a disappointment. I'll be honest with you. it would have been fun to be able to do it because it's completely empty. It's completely empty in the back. And to be able to put a Foot Locker or something in the back to replicate the tools that were in the back would have been really cool. The doors all do open. Tim is taking a nap on the front seat. We'll get to him in a second. So the doors all do wide open. So it can seat 4 characters, whoever you'd like. So that's why getting 2 would be really cool. It's got a spinning steering wheel. So the steering wheel does spin, but it doesn't do anything to the wheels. They're just flat axles here. So they don't turn. There's no action there. They have the bottom as you would expect it from a car like this, which is cool. It's got the spare tire underneath. It's a cool little detail. The transmission and all the different parts underneath that you would see, which is cool. I like it. I like the added detail. The added sculpt there really sets it apart. And you get Tim. So we have been waiting for them to produce the kids in this line. Tim comes with his night vision goggles that you see in the film. We'll have close-ups. I know the lighting's... The brighter the colors, the harder it is to see on screen. So we'll have full close-ups of him there. No articulation for the arms themselves. They do rotate up and down and out, so there's a ball joint there. But there's no elbow, there's no wrist, there's none of that. So he can just go out or forward. Okay? He does come with the removable goggles, so those goggles are removable. And it looks pretty close to the actor at the time. I think so. I think they did a good job with it, with the little neckerchief and, just like Grant and everything. He does have a 90-degree bend for his legs, so he can't fit, and he can put his legs down. So he does fit in the back seat, seated, which is really kind of... Yeah. I wish they had little pegs or plugs or something, but you can see he can't sit in the back seat. Oh, you can see better there. There you go. You can see him sitting in the back seat. Because he will just rattle around in there. There's nothing kind of holding him in the seat. There are no internal seat belts in here. There's no pegs. I would have liked a back peg. I think it would have been innocuous, right? That's a good word. To the sculpt, because so many characters, so many figures have back pegs in them. And so it would have been kind of cool to be able to peg them in so they didn't move around too much in the cabin of the car. But I'm sure when they started the line, they didn't consider that. So there you go. There's a look at the Jurassic Park and T-Rex set with Tim. Available only at Target. It is a Target exclusive, although they've been relatively easy to get, which has been a nice part of collecting this line. None of the Jurassic Park figures as a whole have been difficult to get, besides Blue and Nedry, but I think that they were kind of in this weird in-between state, and I don't remember the spitting dinosaur in the 6-inch Scout Number collection. Nedry and the Jeep and the and the dinosaur with the spitting face was a 3 3/4 exclusive at Target as well over last spring. So, Target exclusives for this line have been relatively easy, and as a whole, the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park lines have been relatively easy to get at Target for sure. I just love playing with this thing. He's just so much fun. Bill did point out that this dinosaur, this T-Rex, is actually too small to be in scale with these guys. You need the bigger one for that. But the colors are right, the face is right. I'm okay fudging the scale a little bit because it just looks so cool. And I don't know, it's still imposing when you see the T-Rex and this little kid, because honestly, Tim does fit completely in there. So thank you for checking this out. We will have a full gallery of these guys up on castorscorner.com. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. He's sticking out. He's waving at you. Hi. You can follow us. We are at Kastor's Corner on all social media. You can check out our TeePublic page for your t-shirt. You can check out the Cornercast podcast up on Apple Podcasts and subscribe to this channel. We really appreciate all the support. The more of you that subscribe, the more cool things like this that we get to do, and then we get to share them with you. And we love the feedback, so keep the comments coming. Keep the conversation going. We really appreciate all that down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night for another toy of the day where we might look at this big beast. See you tomorrow, guys.